YouTube, I really like these types of videos because in this one, we changing the way this bike shifts, how this bike brakes, and all the good stuff that this bike can do. You guys seen in the last video, I ordered some M levers, and now I got some M foot pegs. So these are the factory pegs. It's not adjustable at all. I cannot adjust the foot where the foot actually rests. It's not adjustable. And then the lever, I can only put a GP shift. I can't do anything else. But the M version, you can do it all. It's fully adjustable. So the box is down there that it came in, but it had my information on there. So I just said, you know what? Let me just unpackage anything because I'm going to end up using one hand anyway. So here. So this is what the foot pegs look like. Yeah, this is the brake side. Hell yeah. Look at that, guys. The brake side is a little more complicated than the clutch side, but nevertheless, it's all the same. It's still easy. So this is the brake side. How do I know? The exhaust. But this is the M lever for the brake side. And you see what I mean by fully adjustable? So you can adjust it here. You can adjust this guy. You can put the peg itself forward or backwards. You can turn, you can pivot this forward or backwards. This guy's fully adjustable. And then in here, if I'm not mistaken, this is the clutch lever or the clutch shifter. So this is for the clutch side. The reason why I know the clutch and brake is because they obviously are levers, they stick out. And then that's one, and then two, this is supposed to be softer on the boot versus, okay, so you see how this is nice and thick and rounded? This one, if you really look at it, is not as rounded. You know what I mean? It's not as rounded, so when you're on your boot, this kind of feels sharp and stiff. Like this is gonna go on the bike like this. Yeah, I can't wait, boy! Yeah, I'll do the clutch side first. I think it's gonna be a little easier. And these are the foot guards, and they're carbon. So here, let me show you the. Let me just unpack everything. Look at this carbon fiber, and this is the legit carbon fiber too, dog. This is the same thing on both sides. This is not dipped or nothing. Oh, at least I don't think. This is the real deal. Look at that carbon, dog. Wow. All right. So now that I got everything taken out, like I said, I think I want to do the clutch side first. Only because the clutch side is a little bit easier than the brake side. I got to switch over the master cylinder and the brake switch. It's a little more complicated. Shifter off. There you have to lift this boot off, and then this is a T30. So you just put this on. I've already loosened it. That comes right off. And this one here is a T40. Yep. So it's great. Let's just break the T40 loose. Let me use two hands just in case. Okay, so real quick, I just want to make sure I cover this part because this part's quite important. When you take this off, there's a washer. There's a washer that's in the back. Remember the orientation of that. Like, put the washer back on that side of the new foot peg lever. So you see how it didn't come off? So take this off. You could take this out too. I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's all up to you. And just kind of leave it to the side. But just remember that this goes on the side that's going against the actual foot peg lever. Okay, so let me finish taking this off. And then when you take this part off, this spacer back here, this spacer, make sure you reuse this spacer when you put the new one on, or else it's going to be out of alignment. So knock this off real quick. Now keep in mind, notice that it did have some Loctite. You can reuse the Loctite if you wish. I'm planning on reusing my Loctite. I just want to show you that once you take this off, remember, it doesn't go on this side, it goes on the other side. So this, I always say, do not get rid of your OEM part. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab the new one. The M version is going to go on the bike like this. Okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to put this bolt through it first, and then you're going to put this on the other side like this. So this stick out part goes on this side like that. So when it's on the bike, it sits. So then you start putting this bolt back in. So now once you have that part done, if you want, you can put the washer and this screw back in to kind of hold it in place, which is what I'm gonna do. So remember, when you put it on, this washer goes on this side. All right, so now that I got everything back on the bike, now the lever itself, I'm gonna adjust after everything is said and done. The lever, I don't know if I like that positioning of it, but these, I'm gonna tighten them down to my specifications. But this may be a little bit too close for me. So now that it's on the bike, don't get me wrong, I do go back over these bolts here. Like there's one on the bottom and there's one in the back. I'm gonna make sure those are nice and tight. To get to the one in the back, you just put the kickstand down and you just drop it. Then you'll get access back here. So now I'm gonna take off these. These are 40s if I'm not mistaken. So let me just make sure. See, the same T40 on that you took off on this one, you're gonna take these off so you can put the actual back peg. So let me knock this off real quick. I don't recall these having Loctite. Yeah, they don't have Loctite, but I'm gonna add a little bit of Loctite in there just so that I feel safe that when I'm riding, them bolts ain't gonna come loose on me. Okay, guys. So now that I got the cut cheaper off, so let me go over to the bike real quick. Before I go back, I am gonna grab some Loctite, which I have some here, and then I'm gonna grab the clutch side, and then on the clutch side is this one. This is the clutch side, the one that doesn't have the hook, and the one that has a hook goes on the exhaust side. So yeah, so what I do, this precious carbon right here, and then the lever itself. I'm gonna grab my blue Loctite, I dab a little bit, I don't go too crazy, because once it's in there, it's in there. And then this goes here on the lever. But in order to put it on, I gotta take these off. So I'm gonna take these off real quick. I'm gonna add that, put some blue Loctite. Okay, so once you take out the two Allen heads, it's gonna be like this, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this M off. You're gonna slide the M onto this. Then when you put it back on, it's gonna sit flush like that. So this is how it should look, okay, on the clutch side. So now I'm gonna put some blue Loctite on these two guys. I'm gonna put it back on the back of here, and then I'm gonna put it on the bike. Even though you remember you seen me put the Loctite on these two, I must say. But these guys do look extra like close. So I have a feeling that I'm gonna have to do a few things to make some adjustments to where it fits my foot a little better. This might just be the right location, but I think I might have to move this forward only because of my shoe size. But I do like the fact that this is so big to where my foot's gonna have a lot of room to sit. The way I'm gonna do this, I don't know. I don't like having to hurt my hand or work extra hard to get things off. So what I normally do in this situation, I'm gonna loosen all these bolts, right? First, I'm gonna loosen all of them. This one, I don't wanna hold this in my hand trying to take it off, so I'm gonna loosen it while it's on the bike. And then I'm gonna loosen these guys. Obviously I'm gonna take this one off actually. I'm gonna loosen these two, I'm gonna loosen those two, so that way when it comes off the bike, all I gotta do is just focus on taking out this pin and then the spring and then putting it on the new. So nobody was gonna tell me that this bolt on the other side is a turning bolt. So I have to take off the rear set first. All right, before you take anything off, I recommend you take a picture. That's what I just did. So take the plastic off the new one, take these plastics off the new one, and then you're gonna put these in its place. The spring you have to transfer over, and obviously this pin. So this slides back, and then this slides out, and then this pin can move through to the other side. Once this slides back, it slides out, this whole thing comes off. So the spring is off. Now I'm gonna take these two off, and then I'm gonna take this clip off, and then I'll just put in the new rear set. I do recommend you transfer this over, this bushing. So basically what you do is you push this little washer through to the other side, like that, because it has that bevel part that's on the inside. And you transfer this over to the new one. Okay, so what I was trying to explain was, this is like this, you just pull it back, and then you just slide this part out, like that. And then now the master brake cylinder, let me take these two out. So now the master brake cylinder is completely free from the rear set. So I take those two off, and then now they're no longer connected. You can transfer everything over to this one. I don't recommend you put the rear set onto the bike just yet. I recommend you put on the brake master cylinder on the bike first, and then work from there. All right, guys, so a lot of time has just passed, and I finally got the rear set installed on the bike, and I want to thank you guys for watching this real quick video. It's on the bike just nice and tight, just how I want it. All the parts fit how it's supposed to. This part I was trying to explain with this little clip that you finally have to get on. I finally got it on. I put the exhaust back on the bike, and it looks just perfect. So this is what this side looks like, and if you go to the other side, this is what the clutch side looks like. And I don't have it set up for GP right now, but I like it like this. I want to thank you guys for watching this little quick video on installing the M rear sets, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful day.